Welcome.
Hey,
I'm China.
I'm Jess.
and tonight you got a special edition. It's called Sex in the City. Yes, I said special edition. Watch it out. Watch it out. Watch it out. Watch it out. Basically, tonight, guys, we are going to talk about everything sex-wise, like from the good, the nasty, the ugly, the bad, the freaky, the sexual, the concrete, the huh? What was
Are
that?
We're going there?
Ugly,
We're
the
going there. So we're gonna go.
I thought that's what we talked about. We didn't.
So we're gonna go all the way. I just want to know, are we going all the way? If we alley-ooping it and you slam dunking it,
I mean, nugget all the time.
are we all at the free throw line? Oh, we're all at the free throw line?
I have to, I'm gonna take the ball, and it's just gonna poof. It's always gonna be a closer. You know what I mean? Because I always close. But you know, we're gonna get it.
Leave it up to Shanae. Leave it up to Shanae.
Are y'all saying y'all not with it? I mean, y'all not with. Are y'all saying?
I'm with. If you ask me a question, you know that I'll give you an answer. You know, I'm just not going to freely just, put all my million out there. But if you ask me the question, I'm going to give you the honest answer. You know it.
I mean, but here's the thing. Is like, I think the purpose of this show is that people don't talk about sex. Like, they're afraid to talk about it. It's like, it's a whole thing where it's like, it shouldn't be something that you're afraid to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, we should be comfortable to talk about it, but I agree with you, Jess. Like, I don't think we need to get nasty with it unless you're nasty. That's a whole nother story. But I do think it should be. Oh, what was that?
I said I'm classy.
I'm savage.
Lady in the street, but okay.
And
You know what it is.
I don't know what. You know what's so funny?
China is putting me to sleep right now with her energy. And
You know what it is?
you're down and we need you up.
I'm sorry.
I feel like this. One, I'm gonna need her to turn her audio up. And another thing is,
For you.
I will say this.
What?
I feel like when people are put on the spot of talking about sex, it freezes them up.
That's me. I get frozen. Me. You're talking about me. I'm uncomfortable. But I'm here.
And it's so funny. I just want to tell everybody, when we do these topics, it's not like I just come out the air and I'm like, hey, I'm just gonna do this magically. We talk about it, and everybody, let me tell you, I'm gonna be real with you. Who was the number one person on here that said, yeah, let's talk about sex?
I had a different conversation. I don't know who you played that, but I had a different.
Is right next to China.
Mine about sex was about the scariness of sex, but today we're talking about it's real hot and heavy. But you'll see,
heavy, honey.
I'm gonna explain why I'm like this when we get there. So let's go, Shanae. God dang it! It gets better.
All right, what was that? You said what?
Did you make it?
It'll get better.
So let me get into it, guys, before we get into anything tonight, which I'm very excited about. I want to talk about the drink that we went on ahead and we made today. We are doing a Cosmopolitan. In true Sex in the City fashion, although we're not talking about the show tonight, we are drinking a Cosmopolitan. It's one of my favorite drinks. I did vodka, triple sec. I did a splash of lime juice. What else did I put in? Oh, I also did a cherry for just like an added effect.
And a cranberry?
And I did a splash of cranberry. The funny thing is, mine, I think, changed more colors.
Yeah, mine is darker because of the cherry.
I think it's because I added like a little bit. I opened up a cherry, then added it in there, and then I dropped a cherry in here too. So you can do like an orange. Some people do like orange slice or whatever if they want to put it in. I see. Oh, Charlie, you didn't do your shaker today. You did cubes.
I hate like warm drinks, and you guys know we're recording, so like sometimes our drinks get warm as we're talking, and so I have to have ice in my drink. I don't care what it is. Ice it down. People are like, no, ice is gonna water it down. I need lots of ice. So that is why I have ice in it. And I didn't have a Cosmopolitan glass, but I followed the directions for once.
I did a great job. I actually like the way I made it. So it looks like the normal Cosmopolitan color. So I didn't make it too sweet. I followed the instructions. But instead of using ounces, I use cups. Because also when we do the show, I end up guzzling down my drink. And by the time the end we're trying to toast is finished. So I have extra. I'm like, thank goodness, and it's tasty.
So do you guys like it? Are you guys Cosmopolitan fans, or you're not? What you feeling? What you feeling?
I'm not a Cosmopolitan girl,
Really?
but it was good. But I think because I made it. When they make it out, I feel like it's too strong. But I made it. Like I was adding like a little bit more cranberry, a little bit more, a little more lime,
A little hit in there.
A little triple sec, a little extra, because it needs to be sweet. I don't like bitter drinks.
Yeah.
It's good.
I'm very excited that we're talking about this topic because I feel like a lot of the times, especially in the world, women, especially, you can't openly talk about it without getting judged. Or people in general. Like I grew up in a household where like you didn't talk about it. Like you didn't talk about sex at all. Like it was not. If you had a thought about it, well, mommy, what is? Nah, you don't need to talk about that. Focus on your
grown.
Facts.
Being fast.
You're being fast. I'm
almost 30. My mom's like, I don't know. I'm like,
not my mom. I don't think she wants to know, but she wants to be nosy. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't. Because mine is like, hell no, I don't want to hear about it.
I don't want to hear it.
I mean, I don't discuss my sex life, but in terms of like who I'm dating, yeah, she want to know.
Really?
What do you mean? Like, so you gotta give me a more on that, because what do you mean?
Okay, so let me tell you this. When I was younger, my mom took my phone and went into it, and at that time, I was in a 5-year situationship, and she read all the nasty text messages, everything. So at that point, I was just like, you know what? If you ask me a question, I'm gonna give you the honest answer because you know what I'm doing. You know what I'm doing. So there's that.
What was the nasty messages?
It's a lot. It's a lot. It was college. It was college. It was Scorpio. It was a Scorpio and it was college. I'll say those two things.
I'm a Scorpio.
He was a Scorpio and it was college. It was much. It was
was it a little bit of the experimenting type, or was it
not necessarily experimenting, but very passionate and like deep and very like he was a poet as well. So
he was like, I want to lick your flower. That's how poets talk. I want to suck
baby, you know I got you.
No, it was more like every detail. Like when you talk about like the sweat or like
I cannot.
Like every detail, he was very, very, very detailed. So I had to step it up. When I replied, I was like, okay, so you're going down to the sweat dripping down my legs. So then I have to detail anything else. So yeah, there's that.
I love this. This is so fascinating. I feel like I'm getting an insight to Jess that I didn't know about this. But another thing too is I feel like people can't openly talk about it without feeling squeamish. But also too, like it bugs me in like movies and like TV shows where I feel like one, it's the romantic side of it, but it's never like the raw side of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Well, like they're not pulling out condoms. Mm-hmm. You'll never see a condom, and I'm like, how many of these people is really?
Well,
this is clean.
I mean, they're faking it. So, I mean, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to see a penis on camera unless you're watching porn, I feel like. So, you're not going to see them be like.
But I feel like it should at least have the whole, like, just do a little,
Is it sexy? Sinead, they only got 42 minutes to cut something. Is that really needed? And is it sexy to pull out?
Because it'll push.
Like, hold on, wait a second.
Yes, because I'll tell you right now, because
it's sexy. They have to make it sexy. They have to make it sexy so that more people are like, okay, I'm gonna rip it off, slide it on.
It doesn't happen like that. It doesn't happen like that. It's like, hold on, wait a second.
This was old.
I didn't have some smooth ones now where they can do a little. I don't even know. Ooh, hold on, was that?
If they ready, if they mentally prepared for it and they knew they were getting some that night, if you have it ready in the pot.
Smooth, that means you planned it. When it's too smooth, you planned it. I want you to fumble. I want you to be like, oh, can I bring it?
I don't want no fumbles. Don't fumble on me. So you use your fumble time in your own time. Okay, it's my time to shine. Okay? Because they're gonna fumble in other areas that I don't know. You never know.
I don't fumble, honey, in the areas.
I know what I mean. So my thing is like I just feel like if we talk about it more, people will feel more comfortable. Like, for instance, for me, because I didn't have that, I was like Planned Parenthood. My best friend told me about it. Doot, 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 knock, 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 Planned Parenthood. Can you help me out? And I feel like that educated me a little bit more. So like birth control talk, you know, safe sex talk, it was like, it came from them, you know, whereas my parents and stuff, they were just not comfortable to talk about it. So for this episode, it's like, I think people should feel comfortable to talk about it.
Safe sex talk came from my dad, and his explanation of it was, if you have sex, I'll cut, and you get pregnant, I will chop your ass up and bury you in the backyard. So yeah, that was the extent of like.
Dad's ever said the word sex.
Huh?
I don't think my dad's ever even said the word sex. Like China and sex thing. Like he literally is probably like, if I have a baby, he's gonna be like, how did it? Oh, it just maybe came into her stomach, because like I don't even think he like, conceptualizes that I will have to have sex and have a baby. Like he just stays away from it. Like not a conversation he wants to have. He's like.
But I also feel like people are afraid of talking about it because they're like, for instance, like I have an aunt who was just like, one of my little cousins, she wanted to get on birth control, but it was for periods. But her fear was like, if I get her on birth control, then she gonna want to be fast and out here in these streets, and she gonna want to do that. It's like, nah, that's not really, it's like not how it works. However, I do think it comes down to like the kid. You know what I'm saying? Or the child, like, you know, your child. If you got a fast ass child.
Hello.
Facts.
They doing it anyway.
I remember when I asked my mom if I could like start wearing tampons, and she was like, "You having sex?" And I'm like, "No, I just don't want it everywhere. Like, I just don't want it to be seen every time I have to go to the bathroom. Like, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Parents do that."
Yes, that is so real. Like literally. I think I lied like up until like freshman year of college, because my mom said like tampons meant like you've had some sex before. So I was like buying them on the low, smuggling them in my house, using them on the low. And then I remember I came home from college and I think like a tampon fell out. And my mom was like, and we just like had a moment. She looked at me, looked at the tampon, and she was like, and I was like, I was like, yeah, Asia told me these are good. I was like, that was my roommate. I was like, Asia gave me one and told me that's better for you, and it's easier, and it's, you know, less it's light, you know. And she was just like, and like never talked about what that meant, but I think she was just like,
the tampon be this big. Like, how you get sex out of a tampon that be that big?
They don't care. Like, they're just like, in their head it's just like bad. And then it made me realize when I have mine, I'm like, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it.
You know why?
Ass better not be out there, but still, better not be fast.
You know why? Because they were doing things that they had no business doing.
Oh, absolutely. She was older. My mom had me way older, though. She had me, I think, like at 26, 27.
Mine didn't. Mine didn't. What, China?
That's older?
26, 27?
Yes, bitch.
Yeah.
That's old?
Older. She said older. 26, 27.
32.
So our parents are real, like the parents that are ours, they were having them at like 18 and like some 15.
Yeah, that's true.
How old was your mom when she had you? She was young.
Don't stop. What? She wasn't. My mom had me at like 29, 28.
Oh, did she really? She looked good. I gotta love me some of your mom. She looked good for her age.
That's why I was stressing when I turned 20. I was like, I gotta have a baby by 28. So we could be like my mom and I. It didn't happen, but you know.
Oh, the old generation, they wasn't playing it, because you have to think about it. Like, our clocks are like I'm over here like, bitch, you better hurry up. Like,
yeah, but I feel like you didn't live as long then. Like, the longevity of your lifespan was like 60 or 72. You know what I'm saying? So you're like, let's get it in.
That's true. However, your biological clock is ticking. So it depends on how many kids you're trying to have.
Listen, my grandmother had my uncle, I think, at 46, so that's what I'm banking on. If I decide to have kids, because I don't know.
You don't know, Jess?
I never was the girl that was the white picket fence, wanted kids, whatever. It was me, my penthouse, my view, chilling, in my peace, serenity. So with Benjamin Franklin, Calvin, so I don't know. Like, if I meet, but I have met some guys that have honestly made me think, like, you know what? They're not too bad. I don't, you know, it's not too bad. Not too bad. A partner, a life partner might be good. We'll see.
I want like
I'll
10,
update you later.
You want 10?
like as many as I can afford. Like I just want a lot. I want like I love child chaos. Like I want a house full of like Christmas gifts. I want to hear them like bug me in the morning, like, can we go? Like I want kid chaos. I want that. So I feel like that to me is what home sounds like in my realm. My ideal picture is like I need a
Walk off. Hold on 1 second.
I need a nanny though, but like I want them to just be like
I'm with you on that one. Like, what?
Because I just, you know,
like I want siblings that play together because that's how my brothers and I were. Like,
but you said 10.
huh? Okay, 5, 6.
Chris Paul and 17 kids, so honestly, 10 doesn't surprise me.
Like 5 or 6. Like 5. 5 is like 6 is high, 4 is low.
China, once you go through that first childbirth, that's not gonna
So
change.
my first one I'm gonna have naturally. The other 3 are gonna be surrogates.
And what about the other 6?
Surrogates. Like my husband has to know.
Oh, you got money. You got money
My
because
ex always said he didn't want lab babies, which was like that was gonna be an issue. But I don't care. I'll have a lab baby as long as it's my egg.
you got money. China got money, y'all.
I hope so. All right, so moving on. One of the things that we literally asked people that are following us, we asked them a few questions. You know what I mean? Like we were like, hey, we got this topic coming up on sex. What are some of the things that you want us to talk about? I will say some of y'all is nasty.
Facts.
Some of y'all was nasty, and I had to. And I'm a very comfortable woman. You know what I'm saying? But some of y'all was like, slow it down. What's going on? So I skimmed through them, and I was like, okay, so these are some questions, lady, we're gonna have to answer. I picked like 4 of them,
Okay.
just because I picked the 4 that was a little,
The more racier. The racier, the better, according to Shanae. It's gonna be the 4 that are the most raciest, outrageous questions. So let's go. I brought my popcorn this week because
I think 4 about them like the good one, okay? From some of the people that follow us. So, Wine and Jams, gotta give a special shout out to Wine and Jams.
absolutely.
Follow them, super dope. They're all about just like positive energy, getting your wine bottles, all of that good stuff. Question was, what is your definition of good sex based on duration or the performance?
Performance. Absolutely.
Performance.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't like anything too long.
Anything too long?
Well, I don't. Okay, I don't. I don't need like 2 hours of you. Like I don't need you on top of me for 2 hours. Don't need it.
Why don't you switch positions then, China?
I don't need you behind me. I don't need you near me for 2 hours. I just need I don't need it. I just need, in and out. You know what I'm saying? I have to tell you guys why I'm like I am. And then you guys will understand.
Please tell us, because right now, I'm gonna tell you right now, bitch, you're losing me. You literally just said you don't like, you basically was like, I don't, and I have a lot of questions, and I don't want to go in yet because I'm literally like,
okay.
You just literally said something that I don't want to go in because it's throwing me off.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest because I feel like not enough women are honest when it comes to sex. I think everybody has, for me, I'll speak personally, I've been tricked when it comes to sex, right? So I think from any early experience where I was tricked in having sex, I think it diminished my thought process when it comes to sex. So I think I'm not so it's not like this exchange, even with someone that I really care about, I'm still I don't know, I always have this negative feeling in the background. So it's like when you talk to a guy and he's super nice to you, but you realize it was just a hit and you're like, oh man, whatever, that's happened. And so because of those situations like that, I never believe guys. So when it gets down to it, I'm like, okay, we're just trying to get ours. It's just, I don't know, I have a very weird thought process when it comes to sex. I'm just not into it like that. But I think it's because past traumas dealing with sex. And that's like a very real answer. So I think when people talk about sex, I'm like, blah.
Yeah. I think that I don't like the guy that talks a lot about sex.
Yes.
I don't like the guy because to me, then when you brag, you're braggadocious and you talking about you do this, you do that, you be what? You're whack. Like you're whack with capital letters. So just save it. Like I don't want to know too much. I want you to surprise me.
Yes.
Like, I want it to be fun. Like make it like the thrill. Like where's the thrill? Like surprise me. It's fine to get like for you to understand. Okay, what position you like, or what are things that you do like in the bedroom and don't like. But when you're braggadocious, like oh I do this, I do that.
Yes.
Save it.
Can I say this? I feel like though, you know, and this is the thing and why I really want to talk about this too, because hearing you say this, China, has like in the inside of me, I'm like, what? No. Like, I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, because my whole thing is that as a woman, you have ownership of your body and you need to take control of that more.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's why I'm like, you need to take control of your body more. You need to know your body.
Yeah.
My whole thing is that I think, and that comes with learning a little bit more of yourself and what you like and what you don't like. Because if you ever feel like this man is on top of you and you like, he's on top of me too, this is too long, get off me. Like that means
like, but I'm comfortable with saying that. Like I've had experiences where not that I didn't want, like it was rape reading, but I just did it. Like I was like, I'm not really. You're not doing it. Like, I know you done said a bunch of lies. You not caring about me. Like, selfish sex.
But
like,
I think that wasn't satisfying you in the way that they satisfy you. But I think that, again, comes down to having a conversation and talking with your partner.
Like,
I've never done that. So that's a good tip.
So, China, were you thinking
that at all?
Like, it's a weird, like, besides like when guys give you that, like, that game you up kind of conversation, like, oh, you thick, well, I'm ready to do this. I could go for rounds, but you like when that like banter that happens pre-sex, I've had that, but never to the extent where it's like, you know what I really like? I like when someone does X, Y, and Z. Like I've never had that deep conversation. Now maybe with a boyfriend after time where he's like, I've noticed you like this. And now I'm like, okay, now we've moved into something good because we've learned each other and you've learned my body, you've learned that over time, but I've never started. And you were the one that should have, I think, told me that.
Question for you, China. So when this happens, are you faking the orgasm during sex?
I have faked a lot of them. Yeah.
A lot of women have, and I'm gonna be honest with you, like probably in my younger days, I think I was like all about, but I think we were taught that. I think women, we were taught to please our men and like you gotta do this and that. And it's like now, let me tell y'all something.
I need to be more like that.
A couple of minutes. Hey babe, listen, we gonna have to read because every time I'm getting out of there with a bang. If I'm like coming out here like Miss Black Mamba, that's it. It's a wrap. It's like I'm gonna come out here on top. I'm a closer.
I refuse to fake an orgasm because that's the problem. Most of these guys are so confident at what they're doing, so confident in themselves that let me tell you something. There's nothing to crush a man's ego or dreams. If you are laying there and you're like, are you done? Because and the thing about guys too is they have to understand that every woman is different. But when you understand the anatomy of a woman in that area, that helps you to understand and be able to get women off. Every woman is different, but you have to do your research. Do your own self-discovery. Don't come in this thinking that you Tyson gonna knock everybody out.
Yes.
That's not how it works.
But you know what? Can I say this? I'm glad you brought this up because that was actually a question from at beachboy_B9. I don't know if the 9 look like a 69, but I got a question. I'm not gonna say nothing over here. But he said that he was like, "Have you ever faked an orgasm?" And I'll be honest, like I definitely have when I was younger. I didn't know better. You know what I'm saying? And then until after a while, it took, other people telling me like, "Bitch, that's not okay. Like you gotta speak up, you gotta say something." However, I will tell you this. I do think that there are times where, and I think probably people that are married too have experienced this, and I've experienced this in, having a long relationship, that you do get in moments of, it's been a long day, I'm tired.
Like, all right, fine, just, okay.
But I will tell you this, because I appreciate our relationship and I appreciate my man, I'm always going to make sure like he's good. Do you know what I'm saying? So there are times where I know like I'm going into this situation like, I know I gotta make sure my man is good. So I'm gonna go ahead and do what I gotta do to make sure he's okay, even though I'm tired as hell. I don't want to do it. And I really do think as a woman, like as a person, woman, man, whatever, you should, for your partner, you should know and talk to them and say, hey babe, I'm tired. And you can't do too many I'm tired. You could do let me just get in there. Figure out that if you got to do a quick BJ or you got to do a quick something, get in there to make them feel right. I'm just saying, just so that way you don't lose whatever you have. That's just me though.
I think too, because I'm a type 2 personality, so I'm like a giver. I'm like like I'm a helper. And so I think though I give too much of my that
you ain't getting your orgasms.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just be like, okay, are you fine? But I'm like, even out of the bedroom, I'm like, are you good? Are you good? Are you good? Are you good? Everybody's good. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm on empty now, but everybody's good. So I'm like, cool, let me go to sleep. Everybody's good. I do that with everybody in my life. So, yeah, I have to be filled up as well.
When I tell y'all, I can't tell you the last time I had to fake one. I'm not doing it. I can understand. I have been tired to the point where I've been like, you really want to do this now? Like, this is what you want right now? Because I'm tired. But for me, if I'm going to please you, you got to get me off, even if I'm tired. Like, if I do something for you, because for me, I don't know. I feel like when it comes to sex, sometimes it's a competition. Like, if you get me off so good, I got to be like, you know what? All right, now it's my time to reciprocate. Like, all right, it's more. You know what I'm saying? Just because you want to make sure that person understands that you value and you appreciate them taking the time, because y'all know that it's not like a 1-2 buckle my shoe and you off and you orgasm like this. Like, it takes time to get there. And the same thing with guys. So if you took the time to make sure that I was satisfied, then I feel like it has to be reciprocated. Like, regardless of if I'm tired, if you're tired, yeah. That's how I
no, I 100% agree with that. And I will go back to what we were saying too earlier of like, everybody's body is different. So I think unless you have the conversation, you don't know. Like, you may have one guy that loves sucking feet. I don't like that shit. But he may love sucking feet. But he didn't know, so he was just doing it. He thought it was like hot stuff. So if you don't have to me, the conversation is about like, yes, no, maybe, I like this, I like that, which is why I highly recommend people play lots of dating games just to get to know each other, like card games and stuff like that. Like Mentally Stimulate Me is one game that I love by Derek. He's amazing. There's another game called Truth or Drink that's super dope. That's amazing. Like, you can play these games with your partners.
Let me write this down. Mentally what?
Mentally Stimulate Me, and it's by a brother.
That one.
Okay, like that. Listen. If I'm not here, we're not getting in the sack.
That's what I'm saying. I have to be like, it's not even. I don't like. Shanae, when we were talking about, you were like, I was like, I don't get hot for like a nice body. I'm like you. I like when you're like smart or I'm like mentally engaged. I'm like, oh, I'll give you some kids. But when you're like all the other stuff, I'm like, I don't care about it.
But I think that's like, it's knowing your body. Like you just said, you gotta know your body. If you know your body, well, say it.
Yeah, I'm not turned on by physical appearance anymore because I've dated the athlete. I've dated the basketball, the football, the rapper, the this. Looks don't mentally stimulate me. Like, that's not gonna get me moving down there or hot down there. Like, it's your mind.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. Let me tell you. I love to be mentally stimulated, but if I find that right one that's physically right there, I'm gonna find something mentally in that mother. Period.
I can't do it. I've had an experience before where it just nothing happened. Like, I was like,
you know what? I go into it with different motions. I don't go into it thinking that's gonna be the man I want to date, talk to.
Never.
I just go into like, it's the vibe. But that was me back in the day. I ain't gonna talk about it right now. Okay, here's another question before we move on.
You don't want to elaborate, Shanae? You don't want to elaborate about that?
Which one?
About the story that you just.
Let me tell y'all.
I want to. Okay, after block party, I want to.
I go all the way in. Y'all know I don't sugarcoat. You can be physically, mentally stimulating me, mentally stimulating me, physically stimulating me, all the way. So if it starts stimulated, I'm stimulated. But the next question was, this is a good one. This is by Sarah Love. How long is too long when it comes to a blowjob? Look at me. Y'all know they don't want to answer the question when they quiet. I love to get them when they quiet. Look at them. Big question today at Sarah Love. Thank you. How long is too long when it comes to a blowjob? What they saying? Go for it.
Shanae, I feel like we've led these questions. We want you to, chime in. And I'm here with the popcorn. I'm listening. Talk to him.
When you're dizzy.
Then you going that long? China, you going that long when you're dizzy, girl? Yes, bitch.
You have to understand, I have no balance or anything, so it might happen quick. I don't know. It's like, sometimes I'll be like, okay. I gotta go. I gotta get off this. My dad watches Block Party.
She be like, look, zip.
Hey!
After you just said you was just getting dizzy. I don't know.
Wow. That sounds like a long time for you to get dizzy. That sounds like an
That sounds long as fuck, right?
I want you guys to know that I am like, it's not even about long. Like, if you know, you ever like, this is terrible. When your mind wanders and you be like, that's when you get dizzy. You gotta stay focused because I think that's the key of the. I don't even start thinking about other shit. Like, you be like, oh shit, dizzy.
Your head game is good if your mind is wandering.
It is.
I keep.
Your head game. No.
She's doing it until she gets dizzy. I got nothing to say. I can't compete.
I'm getting out of here. All right, guys. Have a good night.
You got me coughing. They're going to think I got coronavirus. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I'm sorry. I love you.
Oh, my God.
All right. So I'll take this one, Tim. Sarah Love, I'm going to take it. I'm going to answer it since they're going to act random.
Man, that was funny.
For me, too long is when you feel like China. If you feeling dizzy, if you start thinking about other stuff, girl, that's too long. Get out. Say no.
And that's about the time I get out. It's about the time.
Oh my God.
Go in knowing what you want. Like for me, I know that I may be in a mood that, hey, it may be that time of the month. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, hey, let me just go ahead and please him. And I can go in there for 30, whatever, 40 minutes. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on the vibe that I'm getting. If the guy is treating me right and the vibe is good, I'm a foreplay girl. So if the foreplay is leading it and he didn't got me right, then I can lead with that and I can go a long time that I don't think about the time. Like I feel like if you're thinking about the time, something is wrong.
I think
you shouldn't be thinking about the time with any, to me.
I'm a multitasker. Everything is time with me. Multitasker. And I don't have the same, like, I have to really, there's only been one person that I really, really liked that I was driving long distances for. Shanae, you remember that person? But it's like, and it was intriguing on other levels. So I was driving to Vegas every week. That is
from LA, okay?
But she was dedicated. But here's the thing, though. Again, I think it goes back to like
very caring
and you know what you want to do. Like for me, like I know if you tired and you're down there, switch it up. Same thing for guys. Just switch it up and find something that you know that they're gonna like. So if they want to do some doggy style, they want to do some missionary. If they want to do whatever, like mix it up. Shit. So you ain't got to do the blowjob so damn long.
I feel like it depends on your partner too. Like sometimes if you know him long enough or her long enough, you'll know what triggers. You know what I'm saying? To expedite the process. You'll know what triggers certain things, what moves or tips or tricks that expedite the process because.
Jess, are you getting dizzy over there?
I'm not getting dizzy. I'll tell you that much. No, I'm not getting dizzy. Okay.
You ain't gonna catch me dizzy on no dick, I'll tell you that.
That's what you call dickmatized.
You dickmatized if you dizzy off the dick.
I've never been. I don't like that word. I don't like that word. There's nothing I've ever liked more. Like, dickmatized, I don't like that word. When girls are like, I just did it because I was dickmatized. Like, I don't like that word.
Well, it's a saying. I don't know about a word, but yes. Okay, moving on.
All right, keep going.
China, I love it because China's a good talker. So to see her scream a little
She got nothing to say, y'all. She didn't want to.
So I love it because I promise you, she was on board. But let me tell y'all, okay, moving on. So the last question before we move on, does the man always have to initiate sex? Tell a time when you initiated sex.
I was like, no, two-parter. A two-parter.
This is from Handsome Stallion. Handsome Stallion asked that question. Does the man always have to initiate sex?
Handsome Stallion. Let me see what his profile looked like for him to talk about. Does a man have?
Handsome Stallion. Okay, let me go first. Get it over with. Okay.
So, now. Go ahead, China.
No, they don't have to. And
no, what? Say it again in a full sentence.
No, they don't have to initiate first, men. Tell a story of a time I did. So I told you guys I had an ex, and we liked each other very much. He was very intriguing. He's blocked now. They're all blocked. He's blocked now, and I would never talk to him again. But I was very intrigued at the time, and so I would just be like, I liked him so much that I would crave him, and I would literally, it would be like 7:00 at night on like a Thursday, and I would literally we'd be on the phone, and I'd be like, hey, let's meet up. And so Barstow is in the middle of Vegas and LA. It's 1:30 for each of us, and we would meet up hour and some change for each of us, and we'd meet and have, we'd eat dinner, we'd do some other, but we'd have a night. This is so wrong.
Go on, I love this. Go ahead. Y'all have
Talk about it.
But it was the element of being mentally stimulated. It was like the thrill. We would talk on the phone as we're driving there. We'd laugh and joke around, and we were so excited. The adrenaline to see each other was oh my God, I cannot wait to see you, blah, blah, blah. And we'd go to The Habit. We'd go to somewhere random because it was Barstow. Because there's nothing but meth and The Habit in freaking Barstow.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Barstow, but...
at a train station. And so we would go there, and literally we'd see our same hotel clerk. She'd be like, oh my God, China, so-and-so, what's up? And she was just so nice. She was like, you guys have to invite me to your wedding. She's not getting invitation because he's blocked. But at the same time, it was a move. And she was like, that's so romantic that you guys both, it's equal effort driving to blah, blah, blah to see each other. And I think I like that too, equal effort. I think that was the key that turned me on, that I know that we both equally wanted to see each other. So that was it made you, hotter.
Okay. All right. Shanae?
Oh, I love it how Jess tries to always come to me. I love it. No, I don't think the man has to always initiate sex. I will tell you, in my case, I love it when the man though does, because I love a man that takes charge. I love the masculinity of it all, especially because I'm a hard one, so I grew up being a tomboy. That's just facts. So I love a masculine man. So any man that is no, we going here, no, we doing that, or you want to pick me up, grab me.
You love that.
I love all of that kind of stuff. I will say that I can't think of one specific time. I will definitely always do that in any situation that if I'm feeling froggy, shit, I'll leave. Just point blank period. I've had it sometimes where, I may have come in from work. I had a guy that loved watching anything sports related. He was always ESPN driven. So I came in from work, was feeling really I think I just left the scene that I was really impressed with. And so I love what I do. I love my job. So I came in through the door. I got on top of him while he was watching a TV show. It was ESPN. It was a series that he loved watching. Got on top and was let's go, let's do it. You know what I mean? Because I was so like, I was feeling it, and it wasn't mentally stimulated. I was stimulated by myself. So I just went in there and I did it. I don't wait for, like, I'm not one of those women. I used to be like that when I was younger again, because I was thinking like it had to be like men do this, women do this. Now I'm like, if I really want it, like I want, especially with my man that I've known for, you know, whatever years that I've been dating him or how long I've been dating him, I want to feel comfortable, be like, if I want to have sex with him, I should be able to, and that's okay.
Facts on facts.
Facts on facts. Jessica?
Oh, me? I
Yeah, Scorpio college hoe, poet hoe.
Yeah.
Stop throwing that word at me like that, because that is not, I can count on one hand still how many people I have been with, but it's because they have took the time to understand the female anatomy. Okay.
J. Cole said times by 3 times by
What happens, China?
J. Cole say every number a girl gives you times by 3? Or is it?
No. Take a shot.
That's next episode.
Like,
J. Cole, no, J. Cole. Let's just shout out to J. Cole, my boy J. Cole. Go on ahead, shout out to him.
you agree with that? So, Shanae, your number, you times it by 3 if you give out a number.
Okay, I didn't give out numbers, girl.
Neither did I.
What happened before I met you was before I met you, sir. My business.
Number game. I had a guy to ask, how many sex partners have you had? Mind your business.
Their numbers be 50. I'm like 70. I'm like 80.
Okay, not playing it. Okay, Jessica's turn.
Well, I completely agree. I don't think that the male always has to initiate. Honestly, I feel like because, especially in our industry, like we work 12 to 16-hour days, and sometimes you're stressed and you need to get off. So there's been plenty of time where I've had those days where I'm like, listen, rip your clothes off. This is what I need right now to get that out of my mind, get the walking out of my mind, get the talk back out of my mind, like relieve the stress that I have for the day. So I'm definitely not one to be like, oh, shy or sit there and play second fiddle. If I want something, I'm gonna go after it. Period. Okay.
Well, okay, so I wanted to do something like a little bit different, something a little bit more interactive, a little bit of a game.
More games. Y'all see Shanae play games.
Okay, so get you guys' cell phones out. This is for everybody back home too. I think, I want to hear you guys answer these questions, have fun with it. I would love to play a game. It's called Dirty Games. But with that being said, it's not dirty games like every game, every question, answer, whatever. It's freaky as hell. It is just like basically a fun little game of kind of like almost like Truth or Dare, but it's an adult version. So you can download your app, whether you have an Android or an Apple. And I think it's a cool thing to play. So it's called Dirty Games. Let me know once you guys have downloaded it and you have it and it's up. So basically you pick Truth or Dare, just because it's my episode, so I get to pick who's gonna go first. Jessica, why don't you go ahead and take us and lead us through it?
Okay.
Old-fashioned Truth or Dare game, but it's with some dirty stuff to it. And we're only gonna do a few questions because we gotta finish the rest of this episode, but I think it's fun. Let's have at it and let's get into it before anything.
So I'm asking one of you ladies, Truth or Dare, correct?
All of us. It's gonna be
all of us. All right, y'all. So Truth or Dare?
Truth.
Of course. I will do truth just because China just saying she ain't about that life. So let's go ahead. Okay. Even though she act like she about that life. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't.
Listen, the truth is just as racy on this game. I'll tell you that, because this question, do you own any exotic lingerie, toys, etc.? If so, describe them. China?
I don't own any toys. I do not. And I have a little bit of lingerie, but it's like not that great. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I have lingerie. some lace. You gotta have some lace in the drawer. Reds, blacks, yellows, whites, things that can look good on our skin. But I have no toys, not a toy. I've never had it. I was always terrified to buy it. Like, I didn't want to go in the store and buy it. Now you can buy it online. I know, I get it. But at the time, I was like, I cannot be seen buying a toy. So, no toys.
Shanae, look here. She can put more drink.
Drink up, Shanae. Pull them out, Shanae. Pull them all out, Shanae.
Let me tell y'all something right here.
Shanae, go get the drawer. Go get the drawer.
Shanae got a whole treasure chest. Come on, Shanae.
Shanae got 100 batteries. You know that big battery pack you buy from Costco of a bunch of batteries? Shanae, every time we go to Costco, she like, hold on, I gotta get some batteries. I'm like, why do you need
lying, y'all? She's so lying.
I was like, why do you need a 70 pack of batteries? Like, this.
And she wanna lock it up. So I'm laughing because I literally have like all the, if we dig off of Sex and the City in characters, and in fucking China is totally a Charlotte. Like, it's crazy to me. Because I'm a Samantha compared to fucking China. But let me tell y'all right now, okay? Lingerie, smongerie, pongerie, dongerie, songerie, okay?
That's not his name.
I don't, when China, I don't do lingerie. I'm from a generation we didn't care about that. The men that I mess with, I feel like don't care about it either. I think it's more so for us. Like, when they ready to get it, they gonna get it. When they want it, they want it. I'm also from a generation of, it's like I can wear a white tee, a t-shirt and my panties on and we good. You know what I'm saying? So for me,
my panties got my t-shirt and my panties on.
But I'm just saying, I just came from that. So like, I don't have a lot of that. Like, I just don't, but I'm all for it. If you want a sexy pose, I'm for it for like the wedding night, and I'm not against it. But I sleep in,
and she's telling the truth. I call Shanae every morning at like 8:30, and she has a bonnet on and nothing else, like just a bonnet. And the cover's like this.
Tell my business, China. Don't tell my business, China.
I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, and she's like,
wait. Hold up. What happened to the twins part? China, let her answer the second question. What happened? Okay, lingerie, no. Toys.
Her bed drawer is buzzing.
Frozen. You trying to act frozen?
I didn't know if I froze on y'all because what you said. What was the question? What was the question?
Do you own any exotic toys?
Let me tell y'all over there. But I just always love them because they just great. You know?
I can't breathe.
They just great. And then I had the one that was.
You better stop because our editor gonna edit you out on accident.
I can't breathe. Please stop. Please stop.
I'm not playing no more because you're playing. I'm not playing.
In here and it was piddling around on my. But did y'all try the one that was over here on the mother? And I thought that one, that last one was expensive because then when I bought it at the front.
Oh my gosh, I'm crying. Why is she stupid? Yo.
All right, fuck it. All right, fuck it. You know what? Block Party PM. BPP. That's what's up. That's what's good.
Almost did it.
Oh gosh, I can't breathe.
Do you have them or not? Yes or no?
Yes, I got them, damn it. I got a door on the left side. Understand. And I feel like everyone should try them if they haven't because they're great. Okay. That's
clearly she has a couple. Did you not see that? And you should try that.
And she didn't tell us no, we could get them, huh?
Yeah, right. She.
Well, I will say this: if y'all ever would like to try some, you can go to. Actually, it's my girl. She owns a store in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
And it's called Sister Secret or something like that. She's super dope.
Is there a discount code for our viewers and ourselves? Is there a discount code that you have for our viewers?
I know she will. You know what I'm saying? Let me hit her up right now.
Yes.
Next question.
She's super dope. And what I love about her, I actually met her because I cast her on a show long time ago. And huh?
It sounds like Sky.
No, Sky, I cast her on the show too. But no, this one it's called My Sister's Secret. Okay, My Sister's Secret. They have everything you need from lingerie to toys, all of that stuff. They're super good. She got some stuff that's dope. However, Amazon.
I was gonna just say that. And Amazon sends your stuff in a
say that, China, but you don't have it.
In a discreet box. They send your stuff in a discreet box. I don't know. I don't have any. But my friend buys from there and she says that she makes sure that it comes like in a discreet box so you don't know what it is.
Let me tell you something. Your friend's lying. It comes in a regular ass box. She lying. And it does.
That's what I'm saying. It's discreet. It's in an Amazon box. It's not in like, you got it from.
It don't mean they gonna send a big old package that says I'm a sex toy. It's just a regular Amazon ass box. Don't let your friend call you.
Oh man, y'all funny. Y'all are funny.
Okay, all right. So next person, China, your turn. But yes, I do own them. I have, obviously. I have.
Today we get it. The drawer's full. Okay. Truth or dare, you two?
We daring tonight, Jess, or we truthing? What you want to do?
Dare. Oh.
Okay. It says, demonstrate your favorite sexual position.
That's a good one. Shit.
I'm glad I didn't get this one because I don't have pants on. Quarantine, you just get dressed from the waist up.
Who's going first, China? Who you want first?
I want Jess first because I feel like Shanae's gonna.
You're always doing the most when it comes to me. Shanae, you're too excited.
Oh, Jess, come on.
You want me to? What?
Move it.
Come on.
The freeze won't work on me, bitch. I see the blink when I see the blink. Oh! Wait, that was China. You're the judge.
That looked like doggy style. Rough.
Hair from the back. Hair from the back.
Hey.
Or there's another position, but I can't do it.
Okay, Shanae, go ahead.
Oh shit, mine is a good. Let me get my ass up.
Are you slipping? What kind of slides you got on?
I got some Michael Kors slippers on right now, so y'all know it's a whole thing. But let me see. Shit, what I got over here?
Does she have pants on?
What y'all say?
Go.
I wish I had something to get on, but it's basically one of these. Let me see. Because you know I be having to get at y'all. You know what I'm saying? Hold on.
It's funny you can see her doing all this movement.
Support.
So mine is definitely a good, where you just.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it and ride it.
Okay, hold on. Y'all doing too damn much on my, but you get the damn Jess. You get the Jess, damn it.
We love to see it.
I'm an on top of kind of girl. You gotta lead, take charge, every now and again. It's like if I'm
Good knee. So that's out. I lost that in the fire. I have one good knee. All right, Jess, it's your turn.
I'm like, Jess, it's Shanae's turn. I'm like, Jess,
she asked us the last question.
Mm-hmm.
Truth or dare?
Truth.
They look, they knew not to go
That's
ahead.
China. China's scared. China don't want to demonstrate.
Dare.
Oh.
What you want, Jess? You want truth or dare?
Whatever China chooses, I'm with. She's first anyway. I was first the last time.
I hate your face. I hate your face.
I love the popcorn is out, honey. The bowl's almost finished, so let's get to it.
Okay, I'm asking one more time. Truth or dare? If y'all
Dare.
If you don't, it's deeper. I get to pick what the dare is.
Dare. I picked dare.
But I'm saying if you don't do it, then I'm trying to give you.
Don't bang. Let's go. I said dare.
Ooh. She feeling froggy.
Okay, bitch, I want you to leave then. Let me go ahead and make this thing, since you feeling real froggy. Okay. Try your best to lick your nipples. If you can't reach them, your upper chest will do. Yes, bitch. I tried to give you an out.
That's my upper chest.
Y'all know that you could reach your boob.
I couldn't see you. I couldn't see it. That's as far as you can go, you old nest.
As far as I could go.
They tried it. Y'all should be doing this at home if you're not. Right now.
Like all this perfume on, like I was gonna go somewhere. I'm like, this tastes nasty.
Rule number one, don't put your perfume on your breast.
Everyone, y'all know China and Sinead could lick theirs.
Right here, you put,
right here.
You put your perfume there and you do it here. Never do it anywhere.
I have, you know that spray that like makes your chest see the glitter? Like I put it on here and it has like dumb. It tastes gross.
Jessica, your turn.
I just told y'all, like, this is it. I don't have boobs.
What kind of neck movement was that?
That breast or
This is it. That's all I got. Next.
or chest. That's as far as you can go.
Where do you want me to go, Sinead? Where? Let me sit up. All the way down.
I'm out of here. I'm out of
Down to my knees? I don't understand.
I didn't know. Okay, I'm freaking every day. I'm learning with y'all hoes. I'm learning. I'm just learning.
I'm a B cup, honey. I'm not more nothing more than that. B cup. That's it. Okay.
That's weird.
You said it's weird to lick them?
Yeah, why do I need to lick my own chest?
They're yours. Love them.
You know, I love a lot of things. I love my brother. I don't lick my brother.
Sinead's
I love my dog. I don't lick my dog.
over you. Sinead's like, what's wrong with you?
I just can't. All right, y'all. So I think a lot of this is the thing that I love about this conversation is like I love the fact that we are openly talking about it. But I do think that there are some things that we don't talk about. Another thing that we don't talk about that is huge. Mm-hmm. Testing, safe sex, wearing a condom, being proactive, results. Make sure you have the right partner. Like,
it's uncomfortable, but it's huge. Like it's uncomfortable, but you'd rather it be uncomfortable in the beginning than it be uncomfortable at the end when if something happens and you're like, you got to go back to that person like, hey, something's not right. So I'd rather the uncomfortable beginning step where it's like, okay, let's both head through. And I think it's never gonna not be scary. Any test, when you go into a test, take your driver's test, it's scary. Any test is scary. So I think like we have to just own up to that and not be afraid to find answers, because early detection is always better than no detection.
I do encourage people to have a conversation with their partners. I have conversations all the time with my partners about literally who did you last have sex with? How often do you get tested? Do you get tested? And I am one of those people that I ask for results. And even though I know that you got to be smart about those results, because even though he may be showing you results, that doesn't necessarily mean that he is completely 100% clean. It just makes me a little bit more at ease. And I always still, as much as I'll be honest with you, it feels better to have sex without a condom. However, I ain't trying to catch nothing. So I'd rather be safe than sorry. And I always do practice safe sex. That's like one of my like number one hitters. And I do think with marriages, I think marriages have it probably the toughest. But when it comes to that, because you know you have the fucking some dude that wants to step out, and then all of a sudden they come back and they get something, and it's like damn. So yeah, I would say definitely like I'm having this conversation because I do want people to understand that it is deeper than that and you should know your sexual being. But on top of that, like safe sex is important. Getting tested is important and we don't talk about it. And sometimes the condom doesn't cover everything. You have to know that. And you have to know that, you know, China, I think you said this to me and I don't know how hard I believe in it, but I do believe that it was something like you were saying that every person that you have sex with, you take a part of them. It was something like that. And I
it's a soul tie. Like whether you believe it or not, like when you let someone, especially us women, as we let someone into our body, it's a soul tie. Yes, there are people that are able to diminish that feeling and be like, okay, cool. Like I know maybe I've had 100 partners. I'm able to live with, but it's still remove the fact that it's an exchange. It's an energy exchange because someone is literally like coming into our body. It's an energy exchange. And so even though like, not that there's no way to, you know, to fix that or to get through that or to be mentally okay with that, you can definitely learn to over time, you know, feel good about that and be, you know, that could be the past. But at the same time, it is an energy exchange. So you want to, going forward, be very selective. And like Shanae, she was the first person to tell me, like, I get results. I ask, and I'm like, I'm terrified of that conversation. I am terrified. I don't ask. I'm like sometimes I'll be like, are you clean? Yeah, okay, cool. Like no one's ever gonna be like, yeah, I got AIDS today, or I got, gonorrhea. No one's ever gonna say that. But it's like, that's why we have to like take the stigma away of that being a uncomfortable conversation.
Yeah.
I think that if it was in the media or TV more, that part of the conversation would be normalized. I agree with you, Shanae. It's very seldom where you'll hop into the bed or I'll hop into the bed with someone and be like, hey,
yeah,
for the results. You know what I'm saying? Like you cannot trust anyone. You can't trust anyone, especially knowing like what the statistics
I'm sorry.
are.
I missed the last part.
Especially knowing what the statistics are. Don't try it. Shouldn't always be trying me, y'all. She always want a blooper. She always wants something with me. She trying it. Especially when you know what the statistics are, especially in our community, knowing like about, sexually transmitted diseases or just understanding like, hey, shit happens. And just because someone is fine or you have a connection with someone doesn't mean that they're clean. So you need to take the proper precautions and measurements to make sure that your safety and your awareness is number one, your priority. So make sure you take those actions. Okay? Not to be downers on y'all, but seriously, make sure you that's a serious conversation that you should have with your partner.
Yeah, and I just don't, and to be honest with you, I'm gonna tell you, I think that shit, it was one time now speaking, because I will tell y'all, Sex and the City is actually my favorite show. And it was and I shouldn't have been watching it because I was super young.
Thank you.
And I was
sneaking. Started watching it.
It was like, ooh, and I watched it, but I remember this one episode, and Samantha, one of the characters that I feel like I relate to. I feel like all of us are a Carrie, but Samantha I definitely related to a lot because she was very like women empowerment and she was very about herself and sexual and all that kind of stuff. But it was basically like this guy that was very sexually active just like her. And he basically told her, well, bitch, I can't mess with you unless you got a test. And like, unless I know that you are taking care of yourself.
Make it a date.
It was great. It was like, man.
Make it a date.
I think it sounds so easy to say. It would be unfair for us to just sound so easy because we know that no, especially when you really like someone, it would be heartbreaking to find out that they weren't clean or they weren't who they said they were. Because even when we're not even talking about sex, we find out they're cheating or they're whatever, they have a kid they don't know about, whatever it is, that's heartbreaking. So it's like we have to like talk about it, remove the stigma so that for our kids, it's gonna be a more comfortable situation where it's like now it's a date. That's a date now. Like before we think about what were dates 40, 50, 60 years ago, now it's a date to come over to the house on the first date and Netflix and chill. So it's like we're progressing to some degree. So hopefully one day that'll be the progression where it's like, hey, first dates are always at the clinic or whatever. And it's like, and maybe the clinics are like fun where they have like food. I don't know. But it's like, there's an idea. I want to be copyright. I want to be.
I think that's why it goes back to like what I was saying earlier is like, I think that although I know movies don't want to do it because they think that it's not as sexy, the more you do it, like I love in basketball, if you watch it again, like he actually takes a moment where he's actually like putting the condom on. Like, and I thought it was the sexiest moment because it was so raw and real that you're like, ooh, that's dope, because it is a true moment that I feel like everyone should experience.
That's how it really happens.
And that's how it really happens. But with that being said, I think going back to it is like, I've been in a situation where, you know, I was like, ooh, I don't know, you know what I mean? And I'm a sexual being. But I also think, one, you don't have to have sex to have a great relationship. Two, if you are going to have sex with somebody, you need to have protection, especially because, let me tell you, a lot of people are lying out here, whether they men, women, or whatever. Three, try to just know yourself, know your body more. Be sexual within yourself. There's a lot of people that are in marriages that have never had an orgasm.
Hello.
You know? Like, that's crazy to me. There's a lot of people that are in relationships that don't really know enough about themselves, that look at sex and they're like, I'm not really feeling it today. Find out why, because you may not know like your inner parts. You may not know that shit. Maybe you know how to squirt, you didn't even know one day. You know what I'm saying? I just, maybe.
I wish I had some pearls on so I could clutch them.
Okay.
I'm just saying, try it. Hey, you know what?
That's episode follow-up 29. I don't know.
I'm just saying, you may know how to squirt. Your man probably just didn't hit the right spot. I don't know. I'm just saying, live life a little bit. You don't have to have sex. If you're not a sexual person, you don't have to be mentally stimulated and be in a great relationship. With that being said, I appreciate you guys for allowing me to talk about this because it is something important.
Really quick. The reason why we're wearing these clothes too, that's part of our empowerment, because this is like to be on camera wearing lingerie. It like the only people that do that typically are like porn stars or strippers, and like you said, sometimes lingerie is for us. It's something that makes us feel good. So I don't want it to come out like, oh, we were being racy or we were trying to show you our bodies. It just feels good on our skin. It feels good to us. It makes us, we wanted to dress up. We're in quarantine. We wanted to just look nice. You know what I'm saying? And we shouldn't be shamed for a little cleavage, like what you guys are. This is bathing suit pretty much. You know what I'm saying? And a cover up. So I like the fact that we had the suggestion to wear, and we all dressed up and we all look really cute. We all have different body types, and we just wore our sexy pajamas. I love it.
So you get to see our body types in this, but I will take it, and I appreciate the women empowerment of it all. You take control of your body. You know what I'm saying? From down to birth control, sex, all of that. Like, you take control and own your body. Whatever you want to do with it. But understand, your body is a prized possession of yours that you own.
It's your temple.
Yeah. It doesn't matter when you learn it. You could be 18 or be 100 years old. As long as you learn that lesson that your body's a temple, and even if you made a mistake yesterday or when you were in college, you could always come back from it. Never think that one bad time defines you. It does not.
And a lot of it too is, I'll tell you, I made some horrible mistakes.
Woo! Horrible! Me too, not her. Like, I
made some horrible mistakes, and I tell y'all, it don't mean that it's the end of the world. You learn from them, you move on, you treat yourself right, and educate yourself, and do better. Protect yourself, birth control, all that stuff, whatever you want, just do better. But enough of that, y'all. I will say this.
Fun, y'all. This was fun.
You said what?
This was so much fun. I can't tell y'all. I learned more about my girls. more about myself, just cackling, laughing, and I hope you guys do share, follow, and that you guys relate. We want to see your questions in the comments. We want to see your interactions when it comes to our social pages. Please know that we are not the ladies that will not engage with you. We definitely engage back. So please, please, please make sure you follow, subscribe, and make sure that you engage with us because we will reply to you. Okay?
We'll blow you up. And at the end of the day, I know we have like, it's a lot of questions in here you may still have. Feel free to DM us. Like, you know what I'm saying? DM us, hit us up. If you like, girl, what sex toys you got? I ain't gonna tell these hoes on here because they ain't told me nothing, but I will send you some things. Or if you
we'll do a part 2.
I got it. I got you. I got you, boo. I got you. But anyway, close to it. I appreciate y'all. I got a little bit left, and I'm gonna go ahead and take this. Cheers to Block Party PM and everyone else. Make sure to subscribe. We love y'all, and we out. Hey.